Hello guys, what is happening? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you are doing well. So today is a video I decided to make because I soon may be getting an iPad, maybe in a couple of weeks, a month, whatever. And I decided, why don't I go back to my my video where I unboxed my phone and say, well, I already unboxed it, why don't I do a review on it? If what I just said made any sense. Basically, I'm just doing a review on my S9 because I did an unboxing on it. So, I got my phone on April 4th, which is the date that I uploaded my video, and that's around 4 months. So, in that time, I got a good grasp of how the S9 performs. My older phone in this box served me pretty well for the couple of years I had it, but I got a new phone because this phone is no longer getting software updates. The S9 has features that I like. If you haven't seen my unboxing of the phone, link in the description below. Basically, this was a good phone. I just decided to upgrade to the S9, and I am wearing a Minions t-shirt just to show you how serious I am about this review and how trustworthy I can be. But anyway, where do I begin? I was going to go for the S9 Plus, but just ended up getting the S9, and I'm actually thankful that I got the S9 because it is a very good comfort size. I think 5.8 inches is like the peak of smartphone sizes in my opinion, at least for right now. It is comfortable-ish to hold. It's not like really long or, big to hold. It feels just right in terms of smartphones. I am getting an iPad for like a bigger screen size instead of having to whip out my MacBook or squint in my phone. Both great devices, but they also would work well with the tablet. And it really does feel good getting an iPad after watching Samsung's Ingenious ads, whatever you call them, because I do not know what Samsung is doing nowadays. The S9 is selling poorly. How do you combat a poorly selling phone? Make adverts bashing the competition about not having an S Pen, about not whatever else was in those videos. Why don't you sell your product, which is selling like hot garbage, so many people will know what features does it have? Good screen to body ratio, good camera, good power, good stereo speakers, USB-C, still has a headphone jack, which is whatever. But all those features you could advertise in your videos, instead you're making crap adverts like the Ingenious ads, and it's not getting you very far, is it? The Tab S4 has very thick bezels and still can't have a fingerprint sensor. It has the out-of-date processor from last year. It's pretty expensive. Just loads of questions that I don't really understand. But still, I'm sure the Note 9 is a good phone. And if you want a Samsung tablet, I'm sure the S4 will be good. But let's talk about the S9. I have had a couple problems, like on YouTube. I think it was the same month I got the phone. I'd watch a video and it would just randomly freeze, and then the app would close and it would like blink or something. It was very weird. That happened twice. But I think with software updates with the phone and with YouTube, it should be fine now. It's fixed, it's good. Also on Spotify, I'd play a song and I would sometimes skip song. Not that I'd accidentally press it. Maybe it's the screen protector on my phone because I have a tempered glass screen protector in the case. Maybe it's that, but it happens so many times, and in every other app the screen protector wouldn't do anything wrong. Spotify would sometimes it would go blank and it would close. I think it's more to do with Spotify than the phone, but I'm not sure. I haven't used Spotify on this phone in a while because I don't use this phone anymore. So I don't know whether it's Spotify or the phone itself, but I'm guessing Spotify because every other app runs perfectly fine. The 4GB of RAM on this phone doesn't really hinder it that much. I don't really open loads of apps. I could open like 4 or 5 and it will be fine, but I don't really know. I don't open that many apps. If you're the sort of person that would have loads of apps open in the background, maybe the S9 Plus is better, but for me the comfort size still is like a good camera, still is USB-C, still is wireless charging. I don't really care for the bigger screen, but there is a couple features would go well with the bigger phone. So other than that, there hasn't really been much wrong with the phone software wise. If like I'm in my grandparents' house or my aunt's house, they have talk Wi-Fi, and sometimes the Wi-Fi would be abysmal. If the Wi-Fi is poor, it would be really apparent. It would be really apparent on this phone. Like no app, it would like refuse to open, like Spotify, YouTube. It would load and load and load. I'm sure that's a problem with the Wi-Fi itself. Just on this phone, it's really apparent. So maybe it's just the Wi-Fi itself, but if you're in good Wi-Fi, we've got like BT Infinity, and it works perfectly well. I do have a custom launcher. I don't really mind TouchWiz. I think it's fine. I think it's good. But I do have a custom launcher because I like customizing my phone. And it was on sale on the apps on the Play Store. So that's mainly been the negatives. The battery life has improved over time, but it's still the 6 or 7 hours spread out throughout the day that I would get on this phone whenever it was new. Of course, batteries degrade over time, but so far, battery life could be better, even like a 3100 mAh battery. I understand the S9 Plus has the better features to make it more enticing for the bigger price. But this could have still had like a 3100, 3200, 3000 whatever milliamp hour battery, but it's just has 3000. So battery life could be an issue for you if you use your phone like really hardcore. I use apps like social media. I watch YouTube sometimes, although that might change with my iPad. Play a couple games, not really that many games, like Akinator, Subway Surfer, not really that many games, not on like a small phone. I take videos on the phone. This is actually using the front-facing camera. We'll get onto the camera at a later stage. So overall, what I do with my phone, battery life seems to be fine, but it could be better. Another issue is software updates. Software updates are good every month. Samsung supports their phones for 2 years, an extra year for software updates, but this phone came with Android 8.0, doesn't even have Android 8.1. It's going to get Android 9 and 10, I believe, but that's it. I think their updates should be more like consistent, like more quick to like be released. That's a problem with Android in general. One good thing that iPhones do have is consistent updates. Other than those minor complaints, the phone has got better with software updates, and the phone is fine. It does miss out on like being able to zoom in more with 2 cameras. It only has 1. But other than that, the phone has been pretty well. Speaking of the camera, this is the front-facing one. Some people have been having issues with it. I think it's clear. I think it's good. Not really that much of a problem. The rear camera, I could get good pictures, like blurring out the background, or good pictures. Overall, the videos are pretty good. What one do you want? What one do you want? Do you want this one? What one do you want? Do you get? I believe this phone records at 4K at 60. I just record at 1080p or 1440p. I believe for the rear, the front camera, I believe is 1080p. Because I use this primarily for my YouTube videos, which should help with storage, because the file size is smaller because it's a lower resolution, but still clear, still vibrant, still good. So it's pretty good nonetheless, whether you do 1080p, 1440p, or 4K. Unless you're like a big 4K enthusiast. The phone when I take my phone case off, you can see it's lilac purple, comes with 64 gigs, but that is micro SD card expandable, so that's pretty good. I do like the style of the phone, the colour of the phone. It does look pretty well, so looks aren't an issue. The speakers are pretty good. It does have stereo speakers, one along with the mic in the same place as the microphone, and one down here. So it is really a big improvement over like the S8, S7, S6, older Galaxy phones. The speaker quality is much better. USB-C is a great improvement. I can transfer files from my Mac, from my phone to my Mac, and the charger still works with the switch and all that. I do use my MacBook charger because it charges quickly. Charging times would normally be around an hour and a half, 2 hours if it's wireless. But maybe you could get more like an hour, 15 minutes. It isn't really that short compared to like the OnePlus 6. But it still is pretty fast. It still is pretty good. I'd say if you have a MacBook charger, in my case it works well. It actually charges a bit faster because it's a thicker charger compared to Samsung charger that it comes with. But still, two good options. I do use wireless charging the most, but if I'm in a super big hurry or I need to go somewhere or whatever, or it's night time, I'd use wired charging because I don't have my phone on at night and I don't charge it at night. That's just me. What else is there to say about the phone? So there are more good things than bad things. I think the apps are really good supporting the new 18:9 aspect ratio, so you don't need to worry about that. Apps run well, take advantage of the screen size. That should be fine. The screen is really good. If you want a more like true-to-life natural screen, I go for something like the iPhone 10. But this screen, both screens are provided by Samsung. Apple just tuned their screen differently. The screen is very cold, very punchy, very cool is the word. Very punchy and colourful and vibrant. I like that in a smartphone, so I think it's A-okay. I use my phone halfway brightness to try and reduce the chance of burn-in, and it still works well halfway. Although if you're outdoors, you might want to go full brightness or near full brightness because you can't really see it that well outdoors, but it still does get better if you do go bigger brightness. So it's not impossible to see, you just need to tune up the brightness. At night time I turn on the blue light filter to like help my eyes, try and keep it more like safer and healthier. So that's something. The do not disturb option, which is like a thing in literally every phone, but I'm just saying I use it and it's pretty good. Of course it's a smartphone and most smartphones are pretty similar, but I do like this smartphone. The edges have been a bit more redefined, I think. So also I'm glad that the phone has a fingerprint sensor. It's fast enough, I guess. I haven't really used second generation Touch ID yet until I get the iPad, so I don't know what it compares to. It's still fast to unlock, still good it's there. Face unlock has gotten better with, I guess, software updates, or it's learnt my face or whatever. Sometimes it would fail, but it's fine. I use my fingerprint sensor more, but sometimes my phone would just automatically unlock because of the face, so it isn't as secure as the iPhone 10, but it's there. So I set it up along with Intelligent Scan. Intelligent Scan is iris and face unlock, and it seems to be quicker with Intelligent Scan, but it is what it is. Now this isn't an S9 review without talking about the greatest feature, Bixby. Don't really use it that much. I use Google Assistant, but Bixby is there. I'd sometimes use it for some things, like having a voice password to lock my device and lock it, or unlock it, sorry. And to be honest, it isn't that bad. It isn't as bad as people say it is, but it isn't good either. It isn't like a feature I'd care for. The Bixby button I just disable. Because I have a different launcher, I don't use Bixby, like the home screen. So overall, it's there. It's not good, but it's not bad. You know, it's It's an eh. The emoji feature for the Samsung phone, I think it's just Samsung's attempt to try and mimic the iPhone 10 feature on emoji. It's creepy, it's terrifying, and it's something I wouldn't really use. Would I rather it not be there? No, it's fine that it's there, but it's just not... It's not something I'd, use more than once, is what I'm trying to say. See you in your nightmares! I look more stoned than ever, oh my god. So, 2 F features, but at least Samsung's kind of trying with Bixby with new updates. Hopefully it can get better, it can improve, but I haven't lost hope, but I don't really have like loads of care for Bixby, if that makes any sense. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It is what it is. If you are going to upgrade for something like this, the S10 is going to be a really cool phone, but again, every year new smartphones get cooler. So if you want to wait for the S10, do so, but for me, the S9 is still going to get software updates, it's still going to be pretty good. The S9 is a better speaker compared to the S6, does have USB-C, does have more color options, better camera, so it has all that stuff, new aspect ratio. So I would say the phone is very 2018, you're not missing out on a lot of features. Maybe the charging is fast, but not as fast as other phones, like the OnePlus 6, like I mentioned before. There isn't really much else that I can say, that I can think about. I would recommend a case and a screen protector, because I got this screen protector from Tesco, £9. Tesco's kind of like a shopping store if you're not from the UK. And it's a pretty good screen protector, although it kind of have to wipe the front, because sometimes I think the residue would like come off it, like the adhesive would like come off a little bit. It's not like the screen protector would fall off, it's still intact, it's still good. But it would kind of cover the front facing camera. So say you've got something like this pillow covering the front facing camera, the always on display, which is an awesome feature, would turn off, because it relies on like the cameras and like the projectors in the front of the phone. So I'd have to like make sure my screen glass protector would be like wiped down so it would stay there, so the always on display would work and the front facing camera would still look fine. If you don't like cases, I guess that's fine. I can't tell you how to use your phone, but for me, protective, it's good. That's just how I use a phone. In terms of sound quality, whenever you're on the phone, like speaker quality, I haven't had many problems. People hear me, I hear them. It's pretty good. Everything that you'd expect in a smartphone is here. Overall, I'd give this phone an 8 out of 10. It does lose a couple points because the battery could have been bigger and a little bit improved. Software updates should be more consistent on Android overall, but also on this phone. 4GB of RAM is fine for me, but if you don't really want that, if you want more, you could go for the S9 Plus. Overall, great phone. If there's anything else I forgot to add in, I'll do so later, but I'm sure that's everything I need to add. Have been a couple hiccups here and there, but overall it's been pretty consistent compared to older Galaxy phones. It's a pretty good smartphone overall. It's reliable, it's good. If you do buy this phone, I'm sure you'll be fine with it, you'll be happy. If you have this phone or an S9 Plus or another phone you're thinking about upgrading, or you have stories, or you like this phone, or you had this phone and you upgraded to something else, tell me all that in the comments below. If you have any questions, anything, I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Overall, great phone, pretty reliable, good form factor, missing out on a couple of features like it can't zoom in, doesn't have a dual camera, doesn't have the extra 2GB of RAM, doesn't have the bigger battery, doesn't have the bigger screen, but still pretty good phone overall, and a good phone for the price, which is around, I got mine for around £749, but yours may vary depending where you live and if there's any deals or whatever the case may be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. If you want to see my unboxing of the iPad Pro, I won't be getting the 2018 one. I don't really care for the new upgrades. I like the fingerprint sensor. I will explain why I'm getting the 2017 iPad Pro in the video whenever I do unbox it. If that's something you'd care for, stay tuned on this channel for that. Maybe you're just here for the review, or you're just here because you watch my videos. Whatever the case may be, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah!